Football is back, baby. NFL week one is right around the corner. And what does that mean? That means everybody has a clean slate. Everybody has dreams and aspirations of playing in February in that big game called a Super Bowl. And the only way you have a chance of playing in the Super Bowl is to make it to the playoffs. The most efficient way to make it to the playoffs is to win your division. So I want to kick things off by giving my predictions on who are going to be those division winners starting with the AFC. Now, to kick things off, we're going to go to the AFC South. We can go ahead and eliminate a team like the Houston Texans. I mean, rookie quarterback and CJ Stroud, first year head coach D'Amico Ryans. I do like some of the rising stars they have, like a Damian Pierce and some of the pieces on defense, but there are too many gaps and too many holes to fill in the first year of a regime to even have a chance of winning this type of division. Also, we can go ahead and eliminate a dumpster fire like the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, let's face it, they have issues from top to bottom, from their owner to the GM. They don't even want to pay their best offensive player and their running back in Jonathan Taylor. I mean, they have a rookie quarterback in Anthony Richardson, who they just named as a starter, and I love his physical attributes, and I think he's going to be good down the road. But what is a inexperienced quarterback's friend? A run game. Not just a run game, one of the best running backs in the league. And you have that, but you really don't because you don't want to pay him. So now your running back is faced to go through a lot of bumps in the road, which they will face, and they're not good from top to bottom on both sides of the ball anyway. We can go ahead and eliminate the Colts as well. Now, the Tennessee Titans, they did make some additions in the offseason. I mean, they did pick up DeAndre Hopkins, who was a true wide receiver one for them, and it's going to make it a little tougher for teams to stack beating the box against the likes of a Derrick Henry. But Ryan Tannehill is still the quarterback last time I checked, and they really don't have a true wide receiver too. Now, Mike Vrabel keeps a stout defense that's going to allow them to compete for the division, but I just can't see them getting past the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are my total lock to win the AFC South because you got Trevor Lawrence in another year under Doug Peterson's system. Let's face it, they won the division last year, even won a playoff game, and now they have new weapons such as Calvin Ridley and some of the other pieces getting healthier, healthier Travis Etienne. I love the Jacksonville Jaguars to take down the AFC South. Now heading over to the AFC North, it's a little murkier. I mean, you got the Cleveland Browns with Deshaun Watson back in his first full year in a couple of years. That rust looked real last year, but maybe he shook it off. He still got a weapon like Nick Chubb. He still got Amari Cooper. But I think the defense may have taken a step back this year going into this year. And that's a tough division because they have to compete with the likes of Pittsburgh Steelers, who, let's face it, can Kenny Pickett or will he throw picks? Now, we know Mike Tomlin is going to have a winning season. He's never had a losing season. I mean, we know that the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to have a defense, but has the offensive line gotten better? Can they protect Kenny Pickett and allow him time to get it to those weapons? Maybe, maybe not. Or will it be enough to take down the division? I don't know, because then you have the likes of the Cincinnati Bengals, who have shown that they have that pedigree to play in February. But their whole season lies on the calf of Joe Burrow. And I say calf, I mean, because they're trying to downplay it like it's a minor issue, but let's face it, the calf is connected to something else that we know is an Achilles heel. And that could be a problem going down the road. I'm telling you, keep your eye on that because that's not good. I love what Cincinnati has, but it all depends on Joe Burrow's health. And I think that the defense is going to take some steps back because they let some key pieces go in the offseason. And I love Lamar Jackson and the new toys that they have. So give me the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson along with those new toys like OBJ and that young kid that they just drafted. I like Baltimore to win the AFC North. Shifting over to the AFC East, at least New England Patriots still have Belichick. That's about it. I mean, this is one of the worst teams to have to sit and watch if you're not a fan of that team. And I'm hoping that they mainly have 1 o'clock games so we're not forced to watch them in prime time. I mean, one thing that they will be viable for is hurting feelings later on in the season against teams that are trying to play for a playoff spot. Teams like everyone's new darling, the New York Jets, because they have Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the New York Jets, oh, they were a quarterback away from last year. Stop it. That was last year. The schedule was a lot easier. Now, New York Jet fans, welcome to the primetime spotlight because now that Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback, you're going to be in the primetime spotlight a lot. And I like the pieces that you have. You will be good, but are you good enough to take over teams in your division like the Miami Dolphins? Only thing I'm gonna say is the Miami Dolphins, man, they look great on paper, but I just have a hard time believing that quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is gonna go through a whole season without getting hit hard. And we know that he is one hit away from being career over, and then it's game over for the Miami Dolphins. And I don't care what you say. Miami, New York, New England, you all play second, third, and fourth fiddle to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo still has the same team from last year, not to mention they are a lot healthier in the secondary this year than they were last year. I love Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and all of those guys with the Buffalo Bills to take down the AFC East. Shifting out to the AFC West, we can go ahead and eliminate a team like the Denver Broncos. I mean, they do have Sean Payton, the quarterback whisperer now. Nah, I don't care how much of a quarterback whisperer you are. Russell Wilson ain't cooking no more because he's probably cooked. That offensive line is trash, and you're gonna have to protect that. You don't even have the pieces for him to. Right. Denver's done. Scratch them off the list. The Raiders, I hate to just scratch them off the list because I do love Devontae Adams. They did pay Josh Jacobs. Do you believe in Jimmy G or the young quarterback that they drafted? I like some of the pieces on defense they have, but it's just not enough to compete with the two with really the top two-tier teams in that division, starting off with the Los Angeles Chargers. Is it their year to finally take the next step? They did get Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator from Dallas, who even made Dak Prescott look good at times. And now he has a true QB1 to work with in Justin Herbert. And hopefully he just lets it fly. If he lets it fly, Chargers are going to be a tough team to beat with all of their weapons. But until you beat the champ, and as in champion, Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and company, I just can't award you that prediction or that title of winning that division. I love what the Chiefs are doing. They may take a step back defensively. Will they miss Chris Jones? Probably, but they may find themselves in a lot of shootouts. But if I got to go into a shootout and I got Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback, give me Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs every time. I love the Chiefs win the AFC West. That's just what I'm seeing. I'm just saying.